Hi, Sarah here from Blooming Bumps and welcome back. And today we're going to be talking about cravings. So there's two types of cravings. There's the slow and steady, always there craving. And then there's a burst of intense desire to smoke. Now this craving is often cued by triggers, and there's lots of triggers. Emotional triggers, so you could be happy or sad or stressed. A routine, you could have a trigger that's a routine, maybe as soon as you wake up, you have a cigarette. When you get in the car, you have a cigarette. Even when you have your first coffee or tea in the morning, you may just have a cigarette as a habit. But the great news is, over time, these cravings will reduce, and with a little bit of willpower, you'll be able to fight them off. So there's two things we can do to help with these cravings. One's nicotine replacement therapy, and we talked about that last week. And the other one is behavioural change. So changing our routines to help us with those triggers and change things up so those triggers aren't there. So we talked to some of our mums in Blooming Bumps, and they've helped us with some ideas around some of their situations which trigger them to smoke and what they can do instead. So I'm just going to go through some of those. So maybe in the morning, maybe as soon as you get up, as we said, that's your trigger. So what I might want you to do is just get up and have a shower. So as soon as you wake up, get up and jump in the shower. So you're changing your routine around. Maybe you might want to get up and have breakfast, or have a glass of orange juice instead of your cup of coffee. So you've sort of changed that up there. So hopefully that trigger's not going to be there. Now, after meals is a really big trigger. Lots of mums find it really difficult after meal time, after they've prepared their meal and then they've eaten it. Then they sit and they enjoy a cigarette. So we're going to change things up there. My favourite one is perhaps just get up and do the washing up. I don't do my washing up as I go. I always save it for the end of the meal. So get up and do your washing up. So you've sort of broken that routine, that habit. You might want to have a glass of water. You might want to have your dinner, and then as soon as you've had your dinner, you might want to get up and go for a walk, go for a family walk. Use this for your Boris time, your Boris exercise time. Get up and do that, and that's going to change your routine around. And many mums found maybe brushing their teeth, maybe gargling with mouthwash, or using a sugar-free minty gum is just going to help with that craving. Now, sugar-free gum is really useful in lots of ways when you're craving a cigarette, in lots of situations. So that might be worth stocking up on some of that sugar-free gum next time you go to the supermarket. Now, in the car is also a trigger. As soon as you get in the car, you would normally light a cigarette up. So we just sort of need to change that habit there. Maybe you got your gum, maybe some sugar-free sweets, or maybe even some sugar-free lollies. So they're going to be the hand-to-mouth that you would be used to. So lollies in the car is really great. So while you're watching TV, you might find that this is a time where you normally just sit down and have a cigarette. So a few suggestions there are maybe have some iced water. So just have that on hand, have your bottle of water on the side. So it's always there for you to sip at. Another really great suggestion that one of our mums came up with is just remove all ashtrays, not only from the front room, but maybe from all of the house. So they're not there and they're not reminders, and they won't trigger you to think, oh, I need to have a cigarette. Also, reaching for a healthy snack is a really good idea while you're watching telly. So maybe you want to have some popcorn. So you can pop the corn in the microwave, pop the kernels in the microwave and make some fat-free, sugar-free popcorn of your own. It's much cheaper to do it that way. You might want to cut up some vegetables, maybe some cucumber, some carrots, some celery sticks, and keep those in the fridge. Maybe have a nice fruit bowl, some chopped up fruit in the fridge too. So it's always to hand, and it's there when you need it in a hurry, when you've got your cravings. So you might find that you want to have a little look at a new hobby. I do know that jigsaws are really popular right now. We're all spending a bit more time at home than we normally do. So maybe dig out some jigsaws, maybe see if someone's got some that you might want to swap. They can leave them on their doorstep and then you can pick them up. And you can swap your jigsaws around with your friends maybe. Adult colouring is really great. There's loads of printables online. So if you don't have a colouring book, you can just go online and print those. And they're really fun in all sorts of, your favourite hobby. You can colour cars or flowers or whatever it may be. Reading's a really good thing to do to help you with your cravings. So pick a book up. You might not have a physical book to hand, but the Medway libraries have got an ebook service, so you can loan a book online and download that to your computer or your iPad or your Kindle or your reading device, and that's free. So go onto the Medway's library site and have a look. So not just for you, but for the whole family, so the kids can read books as well free. So that's a really great thing to have a look at. You might want to take up knitting or crocheting or sewing. I know that our nans and our mums aren't easily to hand right now because of the lockdown, but you can find loads of tutorials on YouTube. So have a little Google, see what's online. There's loads of tutorials for beginners, so that's a really good pastime. So many women find that they're reaching for the unhealthy snacks. So what we want you to do is try and remember to reach for the healthy snacks. So keep your fruit bowl full, maybe some low-fat yogurts, vegetable sticks, as I mentioned before. So just keeping those healthy snacks to board, and lots of water. So drinking more. But also, we think you're doing really amazing. So another great thing might be is treat yourself to a little something. So maybe when you're at the supermarket next, you might want to pick up a body cream or a hand cream or a face pack, something you wouldn't normally do. Treat yourself and pamper yourself, because we think you're doing really well. So don't forget, every craving that you beat, you're one step closer to stopping smoking. So, take it one craving at a time. We think you're doing really well. And we're here to support you. So if you want to know how you can be referred to the service, just follow the steps in the description. You can ring us, you can also email us, and you can also talk to your midwife if you need any more information about that. So next week we're going to talk about the positive changes stopping smoking is going to do for your body, and that's a really exciting thing to know about. So join me next week and have a great week.